I want to talk about how weak Democrats are going to be, to your point, in just a minute. But before I do it, I do want to give you a sense of how Sarah Huckabee Sanders is handling questions regarding possible subpoenas and investigations by House Democrats. Here she is. Here's what she had to say.
Look, we have a president that's willing to work across the aisle to get things done. We feel good about where we are in the Senate, but if Democrats take the House, they shouldn't waste time investigating. They should focus on what the people have put them there to do. There are a lot of things that the president would love to work with them on, and hopefully they'll come to the table and be willing to do that and not continue to be the party of resist and obstruct.
Okay, so again, I want to reiterate that she says if Democrats take the House, they shouldn't waste time investigating. They should focus on what the people put them there to do. I can say that people put them there to investigate Trump. In addition to, I don't think that Democrats can accomplish anything policy-wise right now, but I do want them to block things. So that's another thing that we're hoping that the Democrats do. But to your point about Democrats being weak, they absolutely are weak. At least the old school Democrats, people like Nancy Pelosi, who have proven to us over and over again that they have no interest in being fighters. In fact, here's what she had to say. Pelosi, who is expected to become the next speaker, promised after Tuesday's victory for Democrats in the House that she would offer a bipartisan marketplace of ideas. Okay, that's it. That's all you really need to know. No, please don't talk about a bipartisan marketplace of ideas. We just had a week of violence because of this so-called president, and you're talking about a bipartisan marketplace of ideas? The Republican Party is just full of people who keep making excuses for and apologizing for Donald Trump's behavior, some of which is criminal. And when I say criminal, I'm talking about the way he defrauded students. I'm talking about the way he used his own charitable foundation to enrich himself. I mean, there are other things that, haven't been proven yet, but I have some suspicions about. But nonetheless, she's having a conversation right now about a bipartisan marketplace of ideas. It's not the 1980s or the 1970s, okay? We're in 2018. Republicans haven't worked with you guys, haven't had any interest in working with you guys, and have consistently punched you in the face. And you're talking about the bipartisan marketplace of ideas. She needs to step down. She is embarrassing.
Yeah, so no one in Washington agrees with us. I've been there, I asked around. They're like, well, Nancy Pelosi is wonderful, she's a master legislator. Every person I asked said, oh, she's gonna win the Speaker of the House race. No, it's not even a question. In fact, they were like, don't dare oppose her. Look, dude, I don't have anything to lose. The only thing we're backed by is our members, okay? TYT.com/join, home of progressives, okay? We don't have to worry about oh yeah, but then you won't have any power in Washington. Keep it, okay? Oh, well, how about status and privilege? Keep it. Keep it, okay? So, but everybody in Washington's like, what will Nancy say? Will she give us a committee assignment? Will she give us more money next time we run for a re-election? Because she raised $91 million through July and dispersed it to the other Democrats. That's why she has power, because she brings in money, and that's all they care about. They care about winning and their own race through corruption and policy. They're like, who cares? Who cares?
I'm embarrassed to be a Democrat, right? But what other choice do you have? I get the frustration. Sorry to interrupt you, by the way, but I get the frustrations with people who hate this two-party system. But we literally have no other choice.
Yeah, no. That's why I keep saying you got to take over the Democratic Party. So 2019 will be enormous, guys. I said at the beginning of 2018 it was a giant question mark. Don't know what's going to happen, and turned into a wild ride that ends the year in a giant question mark with mixed. House and Senate, right? They win the House, but not in the numbers we wanted. They lose the Senate, or they lost seats in the Senate. That's unbelievable, right? And so 2018 was the question mark we thought it was going to be. 2019 is the year of the fight, and it'll be within the Democratic Party. And so, no one sees it coming. I don't know why they don't see it coming. They're so weird. I actually think they're. Look, and they get so offended, but I gotta say it, I think that a lot of the reporters are not very good at their job. You don't see a giant battle coming in the Democratic Party. I guess they think, oh, progressives will be a pushover. No, we won't. We're gonna come and fight like you've never seen before. So, because if you lose the Democratic Party, you're done. Then you got to go and try to do a third party that's going to take you decades. It's way too late by then. You obviously can't go to the Republicans. The only option is to take over the Democratic Party. And the good news for us is that they're pathetically weak. So, you know, and they don't even realize it. They think they're incredibly strong, right? So, look, in terms of what should Nancy Pelosi do now? Is it crazy to ever work with Donald Trump? No, it depends, but you got to do it on your terms. So they talk about an infrastructure bill, for example. Yeah, okay, let's do an infrastructure bill. Then propose a super progressive infrastructure bill where we spend $1 trillion on the infrastructure in this country and bring green energy in, but not just because for the sake of the environment, but also to create jobs, right? And talk to the American people about how you're going to create jobs. Then Donald Trump would counter with, yeah, I want an infrastructure bill, but that creates toll roads and bridges all across the country for the benefit of my construction friends who are donors. And then you know what you do next? You go, what a corrupt son of a bitch. We were trying to help the country. We were trying to give you jobs, and this guy wants to give it to this guy. Look at that. Hey, look at his connection to Donald Trump. I'm investigating it. Subpoena him. I want his records, and I want his connections to Donald Trump. I'm trying to create jobs, and this son of a bitch is trying to do corruption off your backs. Now, do you think they're going to do that?
There's no chance.
Okay.
In fact, as you were giving that example, I started thinking about what Republicans have been wanting to do in response to the loss of revenue from these massive tax cuts for the wealthy, which is to cut Medicare and Social Security. And you think those corporate Democrats aren't going to play ball?
The minute they have a conversation about that, we're done with them. And so what does done with them mean? No, like this. Look, the reason 2019 is so important is, like, where's the battleground, right? Is it, what can you do about Nancy Pelosi? She's gonna win her district and she's likely the Speaker of the House, so what can you do about it? No, the battleground is the presidential contest. They're all gonna be jockeying for who's going to win that nomination. And the voting starts at the beginning of 2020, so that means 2019 is a giant battleground. That's where we have to fight our battles, and that's where we have to win, okay? And so when anybody who says, hey, yeah, maybe we should talk to the Republicans about cutting Medicare and Social Security, rain down holy hell on them politically, right? And so, go for it, Kamala Harris. Join Nancy Pelosi in cutting Social Security and Medicare and see how that turns out for you. Now, she's not going to do it because she's a savvy politician. So she's going to go back to Nancy Pelosi and go, Nancy, cool it. That might cost me the primaries. So we're not going to do that. You see what I'm saying? You put pressure on the presidential nominees. They put pressure on Nancy Pelosi. See, that's actually playing chess, okay? Not like the Democrats who are like, oh, well, we compromised. Are we playing chess? No, you got your ass handed to you, and then you will get blamed. By the way, it's Obama, okay? I know it's sacrosanct in Washington. You're not allowed to criticize Obama. Obama preemptively offered to cut Social Security in order to get a grand bargain for the Republicans. It's embarrassing, so they don't like to point it out. It's a fact. You could look it up anywhere you like, okay? And you know what they did? They're like, ha, idiot. They used it against them. They ran that in ads in the election saying Obama wanted to cut Social Security. But he had done it in order to try to get the Republicans to compromise. That's not three-dimensional chess.
No.
That is really, really bad politics, and that is what the Democratic Party has done for the last 20 years, and we're tired of it. So if Nancy Pelosi can't find a spine, and Chuck Schumer can't, and the others can't, our only choice is to fight. They're not gonna come to their senses. We're gonna meet them at the battleground, and we're going to defeat them. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.